Good Monday evening and welcome to the Ncwlife Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And as we do look out our window, it's a little bit breezy out there for most of the day today. Winds out of the west, even at northwest at times, 10 to 20 miles an hour. There is a weak cold front that's moving through. I'm sure you felt the cool temperatures today as well. And I'll tell you what, get used to those cool temperatures and maybe some breezes at times, because we are going to experience more fall-like weather as we make our way through the week. We'll see a chance for showers over the next couple of days. A lot of those will be in the mountains, even though we could see some thunderstorms as well. Some westerly winds, highs in some parts of our viewing area only in the 60s, and we'll see a lot of low and mid 70s throughout this week, with even some lows down into the lower 40s. More on your complete weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A large brush fire was contained in the Ncwlife Slope area of Grant County Friday night. A high-speed pursuit ended Saturday night in Rock Island with the arrest of a Quincy man who was wanted on outstanding warrants out of Grant County. And the Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife has confirmed that 3 calves found injured on Ferry County rangeland last week were attacked by wolves. But first, we begin tonight. A new round of lightning-caused wildfires kept firefighters in several areas of central Washington busy over this past weekend. The thunderstorm that passed through Kittitas County Friday night started 2 fires on U.S. Forest Service lands near Blewett Pass. The Iron East and Iron West fires continue to burn this afternoon on a remote section of the Cle Elum Ranger District on the Okanagan and Wenatchee National Forest. The Kittitas County Sheriff's Office continues to work closely with the mobilized Type 3 incident management team that's been set up at the Kittitas Valley Event Center. Both fires are located about 12 miles northeast of Cle Elum. A level 2 evacuation is in effect for approximately 12 homes in the vicinity of the Iron East fire. Engines are actively patrolling these areas. While a large brush fire was contained in the Ncwlife Slope area of Grant County Friday night, the Ncwlife Slope fire was started by lightning near State Route 24 and milepost 59. The fire burned over 11,000 acres of mostly brush and grassland. The fire prompted a level 1 evacuation advisory for a few scattered homes, but that was canceled by Sunday afternoon. A unified command between Grant County Fire Districts, Adams County Fire District 5, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service managed that fire. The fire was located in an area that was very difficult to access, and firefighting aircraft were used to help crews on the ground. Switching gears now, a high-speed pursuit ended Saturday night in Rock Island with the arrest of a Quincy man who was wanted on outstanding warrants out of Grant County. Douglas County Sheriff Kevin Morris reports in a news release that the man and his female companion were chased down by deputies after the 2 suspects fled the scene of a routine traffic stop. That was at BJ's truck stop in Rock Island. The driver was identified as 43-year-old Santiago Vasquez. He had cocaine and methamphetamine in his pocket when he was arrested. Deputies also located a .38 Special Colt revolver near the location Santiago was located and arrested. He also had an outstanding warrant out of Grant County for attempting to elude a pursuing police vehicle and a warrant out of the Department of Corrections for escape community custody. The female was identified as Ashley N. Baker, a 23-year-old from Ephrata. She was arrested on 3 outstanding warrants out of Grant County for driving while license suspended in the 3rd degree, that's 2 counts, and theft in the 3rd degree. The Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife has confirmed that 3 calves found injured on Ferry County rangeland last week were attacked by wolves, likely members of the so-called Profanity Peak Pack of state-protected gray wolves. The determination was made Friday after a veterinarian examined the 2 calves in the presence of a Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife officer. State Representative Joel Kretz reported the attacks in a Facebook post 2 days ago. The injured calves were found on Tuesday by 2 range riders in the high elevations of the Keller Range. Kretz claims that after first confirming the incident as a wolf pack, WDFW changed it to a quote, probable attack because of a lack of hemorrhaging. The confirmation of the attack followed an examination of the 2 calves and a 3rd calf. Kretz is a staunch critic of the state's gray wolf reintroduction program. He's been leading the effort to delist the animals as a state-protected species. There are currently 10 confirmed wolf packs in Washington state, with the majority of them located in the northeast part of the state. Well, coming up next, a U.S. Navy helicopter was used Sunday to pluck 3 stranded climbers from Mount Stewart. The Wooden Avenue Bridge will be closed to cars starting today as crews continue work on the one-way reconfiguration. Senator Brad Hawkins launches his 12th Legislative District listening tour tomorrow with stops in Leavenworth, Kashmir, and Wenatchee. And Douglas County voters will decide in November who will replace Judge Judith McCauley on the district court bench. We talked to one of those candidates. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
It's a free walk-in job search assistance center. It is designed to help job seekers with the tools that they need to find a job. We have partnered with libraries in 5 other cities, providing the same types of services that we offer here, just there.
Just walk in, we have laptops, and we can help you with resume, cover letter.
All of our services are paid for by the revenues earned in our store. Goodwill is just a tool that the community is using to help their neighbors find a job. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Hello, and what is up? Welcome to Career Shift Business Edition. I've got 3 choices: certificate, associates, and bachelor's. I'm going associates. And I'm enrolled. Stay alert, this game was pretty fast. Whoa, exams almost did me in. I'm back on track and picking up speed. And I'm in the home stretch. Degree complete, and I'm ready to go to work. Charter helped me make that career shift. Your turn.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
Welcome back. In other news, a U.S. Navy helicopter was used Sunday to pluck 3 stranded climbers from Mount Stewart. A Chelan County Sheriff's official says the group got stuck after rappelling down to an area from which they couldn't proceed. Sergeant Kent Sisson reported the group started out from the Ingalls Creek area below Mount Stewart around 6 a.m. Saturday. Their climb stopped short of the summit and they started to rappel back down the northwest side of the mountain when they became stuck at about the 8,800-foot elevation. They called for help around 11 p.m. They'd started out that morning from the Long Pass Ingalls Creek area at the base of Stewart and called for help at around 11 p.m. A helicopter from U.S. Naval Base Whidbey Island was called in to hoist the climbers out. There were no injuries. Well, the Wooden Avenue Bridge will be closed to cars starting today as crews continue work on the one-way reconfiguration. Pedestrian access will remain open during that time. This closure is necessary as the crews start removing the asphalt from the surface of the bridge. This week's work will also include mobilizing more equipment and materials, surveying, installing water main pipe supports under the bridge, and removing the existing lamp posts. According to the city, similar work will continue September 17th through September 21st. Construction began on September 4th when crews began mobilizing equipment and installing pipe hangers under the bridge. In addition to the bridge closure, the city permanently closed 3rd Street from Okanagan to Wooden Avenue. Drivers are only able to approach the bridge from the west side heading toward downtown. The city is setting up temporary directional devices until the permanent configuration is finished. State Senator Brad Hawkins says he looks forward to working with whomever the voters select to replace House Representative Carrie Condata. The East Wenatchee lawmaker was asked in a recent NCW Life interview if he would endorse fellow Republican Keith Gaynor over Winthrop independent Dr. Ann Diamond.
Well, I haven't endorsed anybody, but I did vote for Keith Gaynor. You know, I have a lot of respect for him and worked with him for for many, many years as a Chelan County Commissioner. But I've met with Dr. Diamond too. She's visited Olympia multiple times, and she's a real high-quality person and a good thinker. And I think it's important, you know, to have a civilized campaign and a good debate on the issues. And I believe I could work well with either one of them.
Senator Hawkins launches his 12th Legislative District listening tour tomorrow with stops in Leavenworth, Kashmir, and Wenatchee. The week-long tour will take him to Chelan, Douglas, Grant, and Okanagan counties. Well, Douglas County voters will decide in November who will replace Judge Judith McCauley on the district court bench. Former Douglas County prosecutor Eric Bigger currently sits as the interim judge until after the election. He's been being challenged by East Wenatchee attorney Robert Hunter. Hunter spoke with NCWLife News about his candidacy and claims that his wide-range legal experience makes him more qualified compared to his opponent.
Why should people vote for Robert Hunter for judge?
I have a very diverse background and I have a very good education. I have wonderful clients who have, I'd like to say I've tempered them and they've tempered me. And I'm here to say that I've met a lot of folks and I've kind of got a few gray hairs, not as many as Steve, but I have, with those gray hairs, have come a life of experience that have helped me to assess folks and I think judge them as well. Thank you.
Very good. Again, Robert Hunter seeking election to the Douglas County District Court bench. I'm Steve Hare for NCWLife News.
Hunter says when he's not practicing law, he's involved with volunteer activities through his church. He's originally from Detroit, Michigan. He received his law degree from the University of Minnesota, and he's practiced law in East Wenatchee since 2003. You're watching the NCWLife Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Dan Kuntz in for Eric Granstrom and our feature story tonight. That and much more still to come on the NCWLife Evening News. Stay with us.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Sir, I pulled you over today to ask you one thing. Is it true that Apple Valley Honda has a free lifetime warranty on every new Honda?
Officer, I'm glad you asked. Our lifetime warranty comes free on all of our new Hondas. That means you won't have to pay a dime for any major expenses. That could save you thousands. And no, you do not have to service with us. It's a great peace of mind, officer.
Wow, my wife and I have wanted the new Accord. We'll see you this weekend.
Hi, Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. When you think of Alpine Air in Wenatchee, think of professional, friendly customer service for all your heating and cooling needs. Alpine Air partners with Carrier, manufacturers of some of the best heating and air conditioning equipment available today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Visit our store in Wenatchee, meet our people, see our shop. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLife channel.
Happy Monday, everybody. Dan Kuntz filling in for Eric Granstrom. He'll be back tomorrow, and we'll start out with the Seahawks. What a great game for Von Miller. Unfortunately, Von Miller plays for the Denver Broncos. He sacked Russell Wilson 3 times. He forced a couple of fumbles. He recovered a fumble. Broncos hold off the Seahawks 27-24 yesterday, the season opener for both teams. Russell Wilson, 298 yards in the air, 3 TDs, but he was picked off twice. He was sacked 6 times, and poor Russell just ran twice for 5 yards. After Demaryius Thomas atoned for several early hiccups by scoring the go-ahead TD with about 11 minutes left in the game, the Seahawks gained just 3 yards in their final 3 possessions, the last one ending with Adam Jones' interception at midfield with no time left. Pete Carroll said it was a frustrating game. They were just lousy on third downs, 2 for 12 on third down conversions, and they only ran for 64 yards. I'm quoting Coach Pete, not a very clean game for us. Russell Wilson put the Seahawks ahead 24-20 when he found Tyler Lockett all alone for a 51-yard touchdown catch early in the fourth quarter. And that was about it. Shaquille Griffin's twin brother, by the way, rookie linebacker Shaquem Griffin, started in the game with KJ Wright out following minor knee surgery. The only injury of note from either team, Seattle's wide receiver Doug Baldwin has a right MCL sprain. Seahawks start out 0-1 on the year, but they'll have a chance to get a victory next week. They'll be in Los Angeles to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Well, Mitch Haniger, he had a heck of a game for the Mariners just in the nick of time. He dashed home to score the go-ahead run on a grounder in the 8th inning. Then he made a diving catch to save the game. And the Mariners got one from the Yankees anyway. The final was 3-2. Haniger started the 8th with a walk. Then he stole second, reaching in with his right hand right at the last second. And then Haniger reached third on Gene Segura's sacrifice bunt. So the infield came all the way in. Robinson Cano hits a broken bat roller right up the middle. Haniger scores just ahead of the tag. And that was the difference. Edwin Diaz pitched the 9th inning for his 54th save and his 27th one-run save. That's the most baseball. Haniger, an all-star for the first time this year, has 24 homers and 85 RBIs this year. So the loss keeps the Yankees from sweeping the 3-game series. That leaves New York 2.5 games ahead of Oakland for the league's top wildcard spot. The Mariners are now 79-64, 7.5 games back of the Athletics for the second wildcard spot. The M's are off today. Then they have the Padres in town for a 2-game series. Marco Gonzalez will start tomorrow for the M's. He's coming off the DL, the 10-day DL. Well, we got a full slate of high school sports. It begins tomorrow. We got soccer. Sunnyside will take on the Wenatchee Panthers. Lee Boftel Field at the Apple Bowl will take to the air at about 6:45, and they'll begin that soccer match at 7 o'clock. That's tomorrow. Then on Thursday, we'll be over in East Wenatchee to watch the Eisenhower Cadets and the Eastmont Wildcats do battle. Again, Wildcat Stadium, 7 o'clock start there. And then Friday, it's football. The Ellensburg Bulldogs in town to take on the Eastmont Wildcats. We'll have that game for you Friday night, 7 o'clock, including at halftime the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies for the Eastmont High School Hall of Fame athletic class. A couple little items to get to. You're going to like this. The Kashmir High School Bulldogs, they really had no problems at all with Sultan Friday night in Kashmir. But just before the start of the second half, there was a lightning strike in the Kashmir area, and that meant a mandatory waiting period for the storm to pass. So both teams, Sultan and Kashmir, went back into their locker rooms, and neither team had anything to do for about 45 minutes. What did the Kashmir Bulldogs do while they were waiting out the lightning? They did this. You gotta love it. Real quickly, the Wenatchee Wild swept both of their games up in Canada, so they're 2-0 on the early season. They got 2 more games this weekend up in Canada. From the Sports Basement, those are just some of the games that people are playing. I'm Dan Kuntz. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And yes, you can now come out of the Sports Basement. With classes in full swing throughout the valley, school bus drivers want you to know how to safely navigate those morning and afternoon hours without endangering local children. Laura Fox, bus driver with the Wenatchee School District, says it's alarming the number of drivers who can ignore a bright yellow flashing vehicle.
Bus drivers, we do the best that we can, but there's an aspect that we can't control, and that is what the individual on the street does.
What the other drivers are doing.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, isn't it a rule, though, that when a school bus stops and the red lights flash and the stop sign comes out, that if you're driving on a roadway that is not physically divided, you have to stop either way you're going? Is that correct?
Correct.
And people aren't doing that, I understand.
Yep, nope, we can only stop 2 lanes of traffic, so that's a good thing, an easy thing to remember. However, when in doubt, stop. And there's many times where cars stop and they don't realize that they could still be going. For instance, on Chelan, the 3-lane road.
Right.
We can only technically stop 2 of those lanes.
Oh, okay.
But because we would never be crossing students during that over
right.
3 lanes. But motorists don't know that, and that's okay. So when in doubt, be cautious and stop.
Have you had any close calls like that? Or?
Well, I've had many cars drive through my stop sign.
Sure.
I've not had a close call where a student was almost hit because of it.
Okay.
But many either coming towards me running my stop sign or coming from behind me and passing me.
Right.
And going and passing me. So, and sometimes it's you can see that they're being very absent-minded for some reason. You know, like I was mentioning, we have a joke that, what don't you see about a big yellow bus with flashing lights? But you can tell some of the ones that I have stopped. You can tell for whatever reason they were just absent-minded and tunnel zone and didn't see it, and because they do stop and then they're very apologetic. But then there's a huge percentage that simply run it and don't care. Or they think, oh, well, and maybe it's because they're running late. I mean, who knows for what reason? And ultimately, we're talking about the safety and the lives of the children.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a serious subject.
Exactly.
So.
And we'll be back with a recap of some of our top stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including Ncwlife, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
Looking for a hands-on, high-demand job? Now is the perfect time to get trained for a career in manufacturing. Washington currently has a shortage of skilled tradespeople, and retirements are making room for more. The machining program at Wenatchee Valley College is designed to give students the foundation to excel in this precision industry. Don't wait, there are only 15 spots left. A 2-year degree and a 1-year certificate are available. Learn more at wvc.edu/machining.
Walk and Roll Wenatchee's Asian Express is fast, fresh food. Wenatchee Roll's new Poke Hawaiian Fresh Salad Bar is the best. Fresh greens, fresh seafood, and handmade sauces. You know what you want. At Walk and Roll, create your own style meal. Hot off the line chicken, beef, and veggie plates. Lunch or dinner to match your appetite. Fresh sushi, hot entrees, Poke Fresh Salad Bar. It's new. It's Walk and Roll Wenatchee, fast, fresh food your way. Located on 5th and Mission.
Welcome back to the Ncwlife Evening News. A new round of lightning-caused wildfires kept firefighters in several areas of central Washington busy this weekend. The thunderstorm that passed through Kittitas County Friday evening started 2 fires on U.S. Forest Service lands near Blewett Pass. The Iron East and Iron West fires continue to burn this afternoon on a remote section of the Cle Elum Ranger District that's on the Okanagan and Wenatchee National Forest. The Kittitas County Sheriff's Office continues to work closely with the mobilized Type 3 Incident Management Team that's been set up at the Kittitas Valley Events Center. Both fires are located about 12 miles northeast of Cle Elum. A level 2 evacuation is in effect for about 12 homes in the vicinity of the Iron East fire. Engines are actively patrolling those areas. A high-speed pursuit ended Saturday night in Rock Island with the arrest of a Quincy man who was wanted on an outstanding warrant out of Grant County. Douglas County Sheriff Kevin Morris reports in a news release that the man and his female companion were chased down by deputies after the 2 suspects fled the scene of a routine traffic stop at BJ's Truck Stop in Rock Island. The driver was identified as 43-year-old Santiago Vasquez. He had cocaine and methamphetamine in his pocket when he was arrested. Deputies also located a .38 Special Colt revolver near the location Santiago was located and arrested. Santiago also had an outstanding warrant out of Grant County for attempting to elude a pursuing police vehicle and a warrant out of the Department of Corrections for escape community custody. The female was identified as Ashley N. Baker, a 23-year-old female from Ephrata. She was arrested on 3 outstanding warrants out of Grant County for driving while license suspended in the 3rd degree, 2 counts, and theft in the 3rd degree. Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to the details of all of that, let's take a look outside our weather window where we're seeing A beautiful shot once again of part of the Wenatchee Valley, but notice the American flag on the right side of your screen there. Yeah, we're seeing some wind today out of the west, 10 to 15 miles an hour. It made it feel pretty comfortable though, didn't it? With the temperatures in the low to mid 70s and that breeze out there. Also some high clouds. There is a weak cold front that's currently moving through our area, and that will affect us as we get into late Tuesday afternoon and into Tuesday night. Let's show you what you can expect now throughout our work week and as we get into the weekend. There we go, a 20% chance or maybe even a thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon. Partly cloudy for most of the day with high temperatures basically dropping down into the lower 70s. Wednesday, an even better chance for thunderstorms. 30% chance for mainly afternoon storms on Wednesday. We're hoping we don't see lightning associated with these storms. There is a 30% chance of it, as I mentioned. As we get into Thursday, mostly sunny. It will be drier on Thursday and cool with high temperatures barely above 70 degrees. But notice the big area of high pressure now off the coast of California and Oregon. That will bring us much milder weather as we begin our weekend on Friday. Still a little bit cool, some warmer weather on Saturday under sunny skies. Our temperatures should be in the mid to upper 70s, and even beyond that as we move into Sunday, things do look nice with high temperatures then once again in the upper 70s. Let's take a look at your quick lube and tune forecast now. 53 the overnight low tonight. Once again, remember tomorrow partly cloudy, a 20% chance of thunderstorms and 73. That goes up to a 30% chance of rain and some thunderstorms on Wednesday. Even a little bit cooler, 72. We'll stay at 72 for Thursday with mostly sunny skies. About 73 and partly cloudy Friday, and then absolutely gorgeous for our upcoming weekend. Sunny and warmer on Saturday and 76, and even better for Sunday, sunny and mild with temperatures then near 80 degrees. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X4 offers 4 times the proven off-road capability, 4 times the comfort, and 4 times the confidence to deliver 4 times the excitement on your next outdoor adventure.
Get the fastest internet available in North Central Washington by switching to Localtel and get speeds up to 1,000 meg. Call 888-8888 today or go online to localtel.net.
Lakeland Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job one is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course, mailboxes. Chelan Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
Have a fun video you'd like to see featured on NCW Life? Email us at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.